and all of you who are coming in here on day 1186. Thank you again, Carolyn, always keeping me on track. My name is Elise, and I'm coming to you from Pine Lake, Georgia. And I'm super excited today to bring a very long time friend who I haven't seen in forever, Rebecca Mwase, who is in Baltimore, I believe. And I will be introducing
Yes.
her in just a moment. But first, I would like to say hello and thanks to all of you for coming here today. We are here on the daily antidote of song. Thank you, Jojo, for bringing us all together. Thank you, Jaden, for making us look and sound so good. Hello, Kevin, with your beautiful flute and your beautiful voice. Don't forget to sing sometimes. Hello, Mabel and the Bears. Deborah dancing in Kentucky. Kathy on your iPad. And Deli dancing too. Hello, Deborah, also known as Spice. Driving along in your car, please turn your camera off if you're driving. Susan G in Cincinnati. Nancy and your Irish cow. Hello, I see both of you today. Hello, Julie in Ontario. Hello, Juanita. Hello, Dan in Vienna. Annette in California. Hello, Sheila in Florida. Cricket dancing in Maryland. Hello, Arlene in Berkeley with your bear. Hello, Sandy in Maryland. Hello, Carolyn in Boise. Is it a bear day today? There seem to be a lot of bears. Hello, Bonnie in Boise. Karen in Salem, Oregon. There's always snow behind you. It feels nice and cool because it's hot here in Georgia. Hello, Kathleen in Albuquerque. Storm with a beautiful hat. And Kathy on the land of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute. Hello, Susan in Seattle, Fred in Silver Spring, Ruth in Birmingham, UK, Anne in Silver Spring. Hello, Gary, always traveling, and Bob, whose birthday it is today. Happy birthday to you. And Hoda. Hello, Anne in Knoxville, and Nancy N, and one curly top and one bear. I believe it's the Bob birthday bears. Hello, Cat in Vermont, Deborah and Aloysius, Shari in New Hampshire, Sherry and Bronwyn and LMG, Caroline in DC, Hindi with no camera and no mic, Moon in Alexandria, Gwen, Carol in Connecticut, Anne with a bear, no, with a kitty, and Amos. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. Greetings, everyone. It's so good to be here with you yet again on the Daily Antidote, day 1186, and it's a Bob Bear birthday day. I want to introduce you to an amazing, beautiful human being, friend for many years. We know each other through the beautiful Alternate Roots network of artists who work at the intersection of arts and activism, and that is certainly a way to describe our beautiful guest today. This is Rebecca Mwase, and she will tell us about the song that she's sharing, and then we'll have some conversation about the work that they are doing and everything. So, Rebecca, please unmute and take it away.
Hey, everybody. Really good to see you. I'm happy to be here. It's very exciting. I guess I'll tell you about the song first. So, about maybe 8 years ago now, I don't know. The pandemic has completely changed my concept of time. But about 3 or 4 years prior to the pandemic, I started working on a piece called Vessels, which was a 7-woman harmonic meditation on the Middle Passage, looking at how Black folks' ancestors arrived in the United States sane through that sort of horrific process. And part of the work for that piece was studying the rituals, songs, and dances associated with major moments in women's lives. So we were looking at birth, at death, menstruation, marriage, and war. And as part of the research for that piece, I went to Ghana, to Benin, to Senegal and to Zimbabwe and learned from master musicians, from dancers, from artists, these different songs and dances, and just sort of accumulated and learned and gathered all these stories and songs. When we were in Ghana, a lot of the songs were from many of the different traditions and the folks there. One of them was a Fante song. That's the one I'm going to be singing today. It is often used in water rituals, in bathing and cleansing rituals. It was also one of the songs that they sang in the slave dungeons, right? So they have these castles all along the Ghananese coast. And one of the master teachers I worked with, Mr. Chirema Kwamena Pra, works inside of Cape Coast Castle, inside of that dungeon. He has a song and dance ensemble there. And this is one of the songs they would sing when it rained. This is one of the songs they would sing when people were leaving, right, through the door of no return. And in the piece, we use this as a song of like cleansing rituals. So the words of the song, Infanti, are Itsu Yedro, which means water is medicine. And it's a chant, right? It's one of those songs that you sing over and over and over again. And with that repetition, it starts to sound and feel like you're in the rain, right? It starts to sound and feel like you're being washed by water. It starts to sound and feel like a cleansing is happening, right? And so, yeah, that's the song that I felt called to bring to y'all today. I sent the lyrics.
We have the lyrics in the chat. We have the lyrics in the chat. And what would be
Perfect.
great is if you would sing a line and then sing it back with us. Because of course you can't
Okay,
do
great.
that one. So just sing every line twice.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I can do that. Great. I should have scrolled down in my chat. I could have seen them. They're right there. Perfect. Um, so here, let me just say one quick thing about language. It's Infanti. I will say and then sing the first line. The second line in each stanza is the Americanized phonetic way that we were trying to teach our folks in the States how to pronounce a language that none of us had spoken before. And so for folks, that's that second line that might help you with pronunciation. Okay. Here's how the first line goes. Insuyedro. Yeah, let's do it together. Insuyedro. Yeah, let's do it one more time. Insuyedro. And the second line. Onyame wo insuyedro. Onyame wo insuyedro. I can like feel the Elise wit that I have learned from because I'm doing the. You see me, Elise? I'm like, I learned that from you so long ago. It's like automatic now. It's kind of great. Let's do that one again. Onyame wo insuyedro. Yeah. Okay. I want to do the first and second line together because it's one phrase. Yeah, just so we hear it. Insuyedro, onyame wo insuyedro. All right, let's do it all together. Insuyedro, onyame wo insuyedro. And then the third line. Insuyedro da. Insuyedro da. Again. Insuyedro da. Yeah. Let's do all three together and then we'll do the last line. Insuyedro, Onyame wo insu yedro. Insu yedro da. Yeah. And that last one is like the what's the word? Like a lick almost to like sort of bring you back around. Nyame wo. That's how it goes. Nyame wo. Yeah, come here, baby. You want to sing with me? Come. My toddler has decided to join us. Okay.
Hello.
This is Tafadzwa. Can you say hi? Yeah. All right. You want to
Hi.
sing with you? Insuyedro, onyame wo insuyedro da. Nyame wo insuyedro, onyame wo insuyedro da. Nyame wo. Is that y'all starting to get the hang of it a little bit? A
Yeah.
little bit? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Let's do it one more time now, and then let's chat a little bit, and then we'll do it again at the end so that everybody can leave singing and feeling the rain.
Yeah, awesome. Let's do it again. You're gonna sing with me this time? Yeah. You done chewing? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Insuyedro, onyame wo insuyedro. Insuyedro da. Nyame wo insuyedro. Onyame wo insuyedro. Insuyedro da. Nyame wo. Yeah, you did it. What do you think? Look at all those cute little
Oh,
bears.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So who do you have there with you, Rebecca?
Sorry, say that again?
Who do you have there with you?
Oh, so this is Tefadwa. This is my almost 3-year-old tiny
Wow.
pumpkin who, now that everyone's paying attention, um, yeah, Tefadwa is a pandemic baby, born in October. And do you know what your name means? You want to tell everybody what your name means? What's your name mean? Huh? It means we are glad.
Oh, we are
We're
glad to have you
pleased.
with us today. Wow, we are so glad.
Okay, go.
Um,
Yeah, go to Mudua.
So, Rebecca, we didn't get a chance to talk very much before this, but I'd love to hear what you're up to now. And also, I'm interested, I'm curious that you chose to share a song from Ghana, because you know a lot of music also from Zimbabwe, right?
Yes,
Your family,
yes, I
your
do.
heritage.
Yeah, so I'm Zimbabwean. We were just in Zimbabwe. We got back a week ago. And so I do know a lot of songs from Zimbabwe. It's funny because I was going back and forth between what to teach, and I wanted to sing a song about water. And I don't actually know any Zimbabwean songs about water. My dad is a pastor. My grandfather on my mom's side is a pastor. And so a lot of the Shona songs I know, the Zimbabwean songs I know, are Christian songs. And most are about like love or God in love, but none are about water. And I've been, I think one of the things, hold on, sweetheart, I'm talking, okay? One of the things that I have been ruminating on a lot since giving birth and becoming a parent is like the earth and the water and like what we are sharing and giving. I have a water baby. I have a little Scorpio child. And so what I actually sang a lot of water songs during my labor.
Mhm.
Um, to help me with what I called waves,
Yes.
contractions. I
Yes.
had a 26.5 hour labor. And so I've just been thinking a lot about water.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And, our bodies are mostly made of water. The earth is mostly made of water. All of this recycles itself. And so, what does it mean for us to engage with the water as a friend and as a part of us, as opposed to this like sort of separate entity over there? All the stuff that's been going on in the oceans, et cetera, et cetera. So, all of that led me to choose this song. And I think, um, Vessels was the last sort of major project that I worked on. I've been in a sort of extended hiatus since the pandemic with both parenthood and like a lot of life changes. And so it was just nice to sort of remember that time.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. And I love, because this is a chant, that it's really sung over and over, which is like water through us, that feeling of, I don't know, here in Georgia, it's been raining a lot, but not just like all the time. It's these beautiful, s- they seem like spring showers, even though we're now in summer. And then they wash through
Hmm.
us and then they go, but then they come back and there's this water. The Daily Antidote folks know my garden has been exploding with just amazing food and beautiful. And because we've had so much water that, the plants absorb, we absorb it. And yeah, when we go out singing again, which we're not doing quite yet, um, I'd love it if we sing it like enough times to really let that water, let the song go through.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
you and I met through alternate routes, and we are going to meet again in person in August when Alternate Routes meets. We've had actually an Alternate Routes week here back in the first year, and we've had a lot of Roots folks here on the Daily Antidote. But I would love for you to just share a little bit about what Roots means to you and how it's shaped you.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, I feel like my entire adult life was shaped by roots because I went um, 2 years after I graduated from college. So I was like 24. And I went every year for like 11, 12, 13 years before the pandemic. Um, yeah, I mean, I would say that Roots was my first sort of political and spiritual home, both in terms of, you know, being around and with a lot of people who had a similar commitment and a similar pursuit of creative work from their cultures, their places of origin, and also a dedication to community building across and through any sort of like differences or divides that are often manufactured to keep us apart. And so that felt really important to me. I learned how to facilitate at Roots. I learned how to like both receive and give like critical generative feedback at Roots. That has helped me in my artistic practice and like all of the work that I do. I have made some of my best friends at Roots. Ron Reagan, who I created this project Vessels with, we met at a Roots late night, and I heard Ron sing. He is from Georgia, and he sang this spiritual at a late night, and I was like, I don't know who that is, but we're gonna be best friends, and like I'm gonna make work with him, and we became best friends, and like 4 years later, we made this piece together, and so I feel a lot of the sweetheart, we can't vacuum right this moment. A lot of the kindred spirits that I call, loves are folks that I met at Roots. And I feel like it's a great place. I mean, I haven't been there in years, but for me, it was one of those places to learn how to like be in good conflict, right? Like, I
Yes.
don't think we learn how to argue, how to fight, how to like grapple with our principles in a way that is both loving and like has space for growth. And I learned how to do that at Roots, and it served me greatly in my life. My darling, we are not gonna vacuum right now. Okay. So can you come sit with me? Thank you
I
so
just
much.
put a link to Roots, alternate Roots, in the chat. And Roots originally stood for Regional Organization of Theaters South, and it started out as an organization of theaters that were working in communities in the South. And I actually am in the same boat with Rebecca, although I'm a generation older. But I started in Roots in 1978 or 9, and it's been what's shaped me and also shaped the work that I do and how to figure out how to be in the world. Um, we have such a cute visitor. So Rebecca, one thing I wanted to ask you about is that you lived for many years in New Orleans, and I know that that shaped a lot of your work. Um, and there are a lot of alternate roots people in New Orleans, but now you're in Baltimore. What brought you to Baltimore, and how are things in Baltimore? Because a lot of
Yeah.
there's folks here from Maryland. There's
Oh,
this
cool.
Daily Antidote is kind of based in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area.
Yeah. I don't know anyone in Maryland really, other than my parents and like two friends that I know. One from Roots and actually two from Roots, Ashley Minner and Jess Solomon, and another friend from Vessel's work. So I moved here. One of the sort of cultural traditions of my people is when you have your first child, you go home. And so I got pregnant in February of 2020. And the pandemic officially began in March of 2020. And I didn't have anyone around. My partner was in New York. They were supposed to come to New Orleans and couldn't because of the pandemic. And so um, my parents drove 26 hours from Baltimore to New Orleans to pick me up in May of 2020 and bring me home. And I have been here ever since. So yeah, I moved to Baltimore. Sweetheart, I'm trying to have a conversation. Can you please stop or go do that in the kitchen, please? Thank you. So I moved to have this baby at home. And
That's
I've been here ever since. So we have a nice, multi-generational household over here for the raising of this, tiny human.
who is very welcome here at Daily Antidote. We are multi-generational, so yeah, they're welcome. So, one of our Daily Antidote regulars, Cricket, who's in Maryland, she was actually in Provisional Theater out in LA, and she and I connected back when I first started with Daily Antidote, and they were very connected to alternate roots and our whole like family of radical, I would say, theaters around the country. And Cricket sent me a beautiful book about that, about the provisional theater and all of the different theaters, including in Latin America. So yeah, we're so happy that you're here in this community, Cricket. And it's been wonderful connecting with you. And Cricket and I met in person when I was at Joe's house in Tacoma Park. So this, Rebecca, this community of Daily Antidote just keeps expanding, and people have met each other. People care for each other. There's projects that happen to either uplift a community group or someone in this community that needs some support. So it's really a quite an amazing community, and I'm so glad that you were able to be here today with us. Is there anything else you want to tell us about things
Yeah, thank you.
have coming up, or should we just sing the song again? We're ready.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to sing the song again. I'm just now getting back into creative mode. I think My doula told me that it takes 2 to 3 years to recover from having a baby, and I thought she was joking. She was not. So,
And having a baby
my
actually,
primary creative project for the last 3 years has, yep,
yes.
has been Z. And so now I'm starting to imagine new things, but very much in a place of like germination. Yeah, very much in a place of germination. But it's been really lovely to be with you all today. Thank you. Excuse me. But yeah, let's sing it again until we get
Yeah,
the
let's
flow
let's get
going.
the water flowing. And we have the words in the chat again.
Excellent. Perfect. All right, here we go. Into yedro, onyame o into yedro da, nyame o into yedro, onyame o into yedro da. Nyame o into yedro, onyame o into yedro da. Nyame o into yedro, onyame o into yedro da. Nyame o into yedro, onyame o into yedro da. Nyame o into yedro, onyame o into yedro da. Nyame o into yedro, onyame o into yedro da. Nyame o into yedro, onyame o into yedro da. Hey everybody, I'm not sure if that worked or not.
That worked so beautifully. I don't know if you could see the gallery of folks singing, and there was some shaking and a lot of water flowing and flowing. And the water that we are, of course, what are we like 99.99
Yeah.
water? They say 96 or 90 whatever, but I say 99.9. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Um, would you teach us to say thank you in Shona?
Oh, yeah, tatenda.
Say it again.
Tatenda.
Tatenda. Thank
Yeah.
you. Tatenda
Yeah.
to you. Thank you so much to you and your family, your extended family, and your little one. And I am going to sing a thank you and um, happy birthday to Bob and the Bears. This is birthday Bob waving to us with Mabel and Bears. So
Love it.
everybody here, yes, is already, oh my goodness, they're already singing. Uh, oh my gosh, they're wearing birthday candle hats and
So
they're
cute.
so, so cute. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you to the Daily Antidote of Song. Thank you, everyone, for being here today on the special day of Bob's birthday. Thank you, Susan in Seattle and the Curly Tops in Vermont. Thank you, Dan in Vienna, Virginia. Thank you, Carolyn, with beautiful birthday wishes. Thank you, Kathleen in Albuquerque, and Kevin in DC with your beautiful flute. Thank you, birthday Bob and Mabel and the birthday bears. There you are. Thank you, Dally. Thank you, Susan G. It's a birthday quilt. So beautiful. Thank you, Juanita, and all of your friends and family with you. Thank you, Annette in California. Thank you, Sheila in Florida with your beautiful bowl of orange dressed bear. Thank you, cricket dancing in Maryland. Thank you, Arlene, with your birthday sign and bear. And Bonnie in Boise and your birthday Bob sign. And Storm with a birthday sign and bear as well. Thank you, Fred in Silver Spring. And Ruth in Birmingham sending birthday wishes all the way from the UK. Thank you, Anne in Silver Spring. And Nancy with your Irish cow. Anne in Pittsburgh and a bear. Deborah dancing with a bear in Kentucky and a birthday sign. And Jamie in Victoria. Kathy in Virginia. Aloysius in Massachusetts. Gary and Kat in Vermont with a giant pink bear. Hello, Pop, Curly Top, and Jaden. Thank you so much for keeping us looking and sounding good. Without you, we would be all, I don't know when we'd see or hear each other. Thank you, Amanda and Miles coming in from Michigan. There's bears in Michigan too. I think there's real ones. And thank you, Kevin in DC, Gary and Ann in Knoxville, Shari in New Hampshire, Joe driving somewhere between Vermont and New Hampshire and Massachusetts and DC. We don't even know where she is because she's in her car, but we always love that she's with us. Thank you, LMG and Caroline in DC, Hindi and Moon and Amos. Thank you again, Rebecca, for bringing us that beautiful water song. I'm so happy that I'm going to see you in August. Thank you all for being here on Bob's birthday on the Daily Antidote of Song. Have a beautiful day today, everyone, and see you again soon. Thanks again, Rebecca. Thanks to Jaden and JoJo and all of you. Happy birthday. Have a